Hey guys, BreakWizard59 here, and today I thought I'd come at you with another awesome LEGO custom modular building review, and this is my custom LEGO police station. Now if you've been watching my channel for some time, you know I've already actually had a couple previous versions of my police station, but of course the last version was pretty much in shambles, so I thought, once again, a time to rebuild. So this is my new version here. And so this building is of course 3 stories tall and 1.5 base plates long. So it's definitely a decently large sized MOC. And actually it's one of my largest in terms of width. But you can see this has tons of detail, as we of course have a waiting room, armory, medical center, like analyst area. We got the jail cells, we got the chief's office, we got the evidence room. So there's just so much in this police station. So without further ado, let's get right into it. Alright, so first off, what we can do is of course the 360 view, and we'll just take a look at the 360. So I'll just remove the car out of the way. We can just take a quick look here. So here is the side, which might be a bit tough to see, but basically it's just pretty much plain brick on that side. On the back, once again, it's a lot of dark red and white brick. The other side is also plain. And now, of course, back to the front. So that is the police station, but without further ado, let's get right into that first floor. Alright, so just to let you know, this is of course a modular styled building, meaning each floor is able to be removed for access to the interior, and it's once again pretty straightforward, as the floor just comes off like so, revealing the inside. So now let's take a closer look. Alright, so here of course is the first floor. We of course have 2 double doors which lead to the front. You have a few steps here and clips here for lights. So on the inside you can see of course the waiting room, so it's nicely tiled here with tan and gray colored tiles. We of course in the back have our officer sitting at like the desk. And then of course, just to decorate, there's a small little plant here on the corner. So basically this is the main way you'd enter. Then you can of course go either to the left, which is the armory, and then there's to the right, which is the analyst area. So we can just do a quick look there. You could see we have your 2 double doors leading to the analyst area. And on the other side you have 1 door here in the back, which would be your leading to your armory. Now the way I made that door, it's supposed to be because the armory is a highly secured area. You of course can't actually open it from the outside. You have to be only able to open it from the inside. So that's why the door is of course inverted. So we'll actually just take a quick look at this section first. This is our armory and medical area. So basically right this side we have the 2 double doors leading to the outside, and that's how your SWAT team members would deploy if they need to get to the ground vehicles. You of course in the back have a full-fledged armory here, which we'll just take a closer look at right now. Alright, here is the armory. As you could see, we of course have the racks against the wall for our heavy weapons. On the top we of course have our helmet racks. Moving along, on the other side, we of course, it's a bit tough to see, but we got our handcuffs, a few more automatic weapons, and in the back we got some batons and flashlights. So this is of course the double door here leading to the outside. As I said, you got a yellow pillar on each side. The other one's a bit tough to see, but that's just, you know, like your caution sign there. And here's just a look from the other side. Of course, you could just get a better look at those double doors with the pillars. You have your, again, the automatic weapons on this side. And this area here is actually for your armored vests. It's a rack for the armored vests and backpacks. You can see we already have a small backpack in the corner. Then this section is your basically medical area. So of course, if someone is injured, you can of course bring them here to receive like immediate treatment. So we of course have a few cabinets along with a computer and a monitor, and then we have a dual sink here in the corner. And then also just another crate here in the corner holding a few sealed supplies. And here we have the next section. This is of course the analyst area. So this is where your non-field agents would be working. We of course in the back have 3 booths here, each with large computers, desks, and chairs. You can see we already have a man working there. So this is basically where, you know, you'd have your guys who are like the eye in the sky. You'd of course have the folks who are taking the 911 calls as well. Here now we have a large conference desk, which I'll get a bit of a better look. And that's of course where you'd have your big guys like the chief and his like all the like the lieutenant, all those kind of guys. They would be over here in the conference, and then we have the chief analyst's office, which I'll be showing you right now. So here is the chief's office, or the chief analyst's office, as I said. So it's just a small door, and there is just a tiny little desk on the inside. It's a bit tough to see right there. But anyways, here's a better look at the conference table right here. You can see we already have a few folks sitting down. And this is, of course, the keypad to open the door, so you can get out into the main area. And then we, of course, have our flight of stairs leading to the second floor. Alright, so here is the second floor, and as you can see, there's a lot to it, so we're going to get right into it. And we'll actually start off here at the right with our chief's office. Now, of course, the chief is the big guy of the station, so his office is a bit more luxurious as he gets a bit of a corner-styled office there. You can see we, of course, have our small alarm here, so in case there is an emergency. And he's of course right in front of the railing. So that is of course where the second floor stairs would come out, right here, and then lead to the chief's office. So let's take a look. Alright, because it was a bit difficult to see, I just removed the front wall so you can get a better look. We of course have our sofa here for the chief, and then we of course have a rug along with the luxurious glass desk. And he, of course, has a monitor and, of course, his chair. Then in the corner, of course, is his lamp. And now we'll actually just take a look at our evidence room. Alright, here is the evidence slash CSI room. Now, of course, once again, I just did remove the front wall section so you can get a better look. But, of course, you could see we have this desk here. And you could see it has a monitor. And then there is, of course, the detective there who is taking a look at the jewel. And then in the corner we of course have a ton of old files in crates, just of like all the criminals. And then we of course have another little shelf full of boxes of like evidence that was of course confiscated or that they need to take a look at. So that once again is your evidence room. Now, before we head on to the jail cell area, just wanted to show you this. This is, of course, the mini break room. We got a small shelf there with a mug. You got like a little sandwich on the bottom and a few cups. And then the coffee maker on the top. And then we just have a small little vending machine for the cops. And finally, here we have the prison center. So first off, you, of course, have your small door which would lead in. You can either go here, this is where your interrogation room is, and if you've seen in many movies or TV shows, you always know how there's, when someone is being interrogated, you of course have the window. It's like the mirror type of window, it's like the one-way window. Sadly, I didn't have any mirror type of pieces, so I just used plain, but you could see there, this section here would be where your prisoner is being interrogated here, as you can see there, and then you of course have someone watching over here. Now this section is a bit tough to see, so I'll actually just spin it around here, just so you can get a bit of a better look. So once again, you would enter. You can either go this way to have a look at the interrogation, or come straight ahead where you have your guard who would be controlling the prison cells. Moving along, there is another door here which would open up, leading to the actual prison cell area, as seen right there. So this is a prison cell area. Of course, if when coming in, you of course have this large like chained area here for of course maximum security, because of course they do let the prisoners out when having the prisoners, like if they were to say escape, it would be definitely very difficult, because if they break through their cells, they'd have to break through this door. If they were to break through that door, which is again a bulletproof door, you would of course have to then break out of this door, which is exactly the same as this. And then if you were to do so, you'd of course be stopped by the officers here in the corner. Now of course we got 4 jail cells here, 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then in the corner we just have, again, a couple more cells, so you can have a look into the interrogation room. So there is the cells. They can all open. There's nothing much in them at the moment, as these are just temporary type of cells. But that pretty much is the second floor. Alright, and here is the third floor. I have actually removed the roof of the little area over here. So we'll just take a quick look at the roof. It's pretty plain and simple. You got a couple of antennas and cell towers on the back. Then here we of course have 2 sections, pretty straightforward. We have our, the helipad. We got the helipad, and of course then this is the final area. So if you're a SWAT team, you need to get to the, helicopter. This is pretty much where your debrief would happen. So it's a pretty small room, pretty straightforward. We'll actually just take a better look at it. You got a couple of benches there in the corner, which is a bit tough to see because of the black. But those are 2 benches there. You of course have the door here leading out to the back, which would then let you go to the helipad. Now I know that there aren't any stairs, but there would of course meant to be stairs. And then here in the corner, it's a bit tough to see. We just have a screen, maybe showing the next target that was of course needed to encounter. But that is the third floor, so pretty straightforward, not as much here, but that's your third floor. In terms of the actual roof, it's just made using inverted slopes, and then we have your police brick here, which is printed. And that's pretty much it for this review of my custom LEGO modular police station version 3. Now, before we end this video off, I just want to let you know, if you were wondering, the police car, I actually do have an individual review on that. So definitely you can check that out in my channel. I'll probably have a link in the description below if you want to check out that review. But anyways, that's it for this review of my LEGO modular police station. So of course I want to thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, a thumbs up would be great, as this did take time and work. And definitely subscribe if you haven't, and check out my other modular building reviews. I of course have a lot more, of course, like the police. I have the Hilton Hotel, that was actually my most recent. I have like AMC movie theater, we got Dunkin' Donuts, Taco Bell. So there's a lot to it, so that's going to be the first playlist on my channel. But that's pretty much it for this review. So I want to thank you so much for watching. This is Brick Wizard 59, and I'll see you all next time.